Hello, I'm Kate Stiller of AHS-TV, and today we're here with Mr. Price talking about his experiences with AHS. So, Mr. Price, tell me what it's like subbing at a school that you actually went to.
So I went to Armstrong High School from 2015 to 2019. And at first, it was a very, interesting, I guess, experience because I first started subbing whenever my brother was still in high school, which was, I'd say, probably about 2021, 2022. And it was a little, like I said, a little different just because my brother went to school here still. I knew some of his friends, like they would always come over to the house and stuff. So it was definitely a little bit different and a little bit awkward at first just because I had to make sure I set boundaries with them just because some of them were my friends and I would see them on a regular basis. But getting to sub here now, like this is my third or fourth year subbing here, and it's been an awesome experience. I actually have a long-term sub spot right now that I've been in since November for social studies, so it's been an awesome experience.
That's awesome.
Yep.
So, what made you want to come and sub in our district?
So, like I said, I went to school here in 2019. And then after school, I decided to go to Slippery Rock University. I went for secondary social studies education. So that was, I was sort of between secondary social studies and health and phys ed. I ultimately decided to go with social studies just because I feel like I have a little bit of a stronger passion for social studies. And with like the health and phys ed part, I'm a basketball coach, so I wanted to sort of give myself a break from being in the gym throughout the entire day. But like you said, picking this district, honestly, I felt comfortable with the principals in this district. Some of the teachers have been very helpful with teaching me new things throughout the way. And honestly, I could say I feel honestly, a little bit more about the classroom experience, the classroom management, with subbing as opposed to even being in school and Slippery Rock. But the pay is a lot better here as well. Getting to coach here and getting to be in with the kids that I coach and teaching them as well has been a perfect mix, I feel like, for why I chose to teach here.
Yeah. So, tell me a little bit more about like what classes you're teaching now.
So right now, I'm teaching world history, social studies for 11th grade, and also a geography class, which is a little interesting just because it's only a semester-long class, and it is mostly seniors. But the world history class, it was sort of like abrupt just because I didn't really have much time to prep for it, to be honest with you. But Mr. Fischel did a great job of leaving me different instructions on how to get the kids going, different things that he wanted me to talk about, sort of how he wanted me to follow certain chapters in the book. And then the geography class, on another hand, I got to do a lot of stuff that I wanted to do in that class with having a little bit more free range of motion to sort of pick different projects and activities that students could do. So all in all, it's been a pretty good experience so far.
That's awesome to hear. So, after you're done subbing, would the goal be to get a teaching position here?
Yeah, ultimately that is definitely the goal, whether it's here or somewhere else. Honestly, I'm okay with either. But it is nice to be close to home, I would say. And like I said, I like coaching here, so it would be nice to get to teach some of the kids that I coach, get to be in the building. That way, if there's anything that goes on, I'm fully aware of it. I like to monitor some of the kids that I coach as well throughout the day. But honestly, I will say, being here the last couple years, teaching, I really do appreciate the students here. So it would definitely be nice to get a job here long term or full time, but we're just seeing where it goes. And like I said, anywhere is fine.
Yeah. So, on to a little bit more of coaching. So, what do you all coach?
So I coach ninth grade boys basketball for Armstrong, and I've coached for about 4 years. I went right into it right after I graduated, and Mr. Klomenos, the principal, was actually the first ninth grade coach with me, so he was the head coach, and he decided to bring me on to be the assistant, which was very fun and very interesting because he hadn't coached while I was in school for basketball, but he was actually my football coach. So I knew a lot of his philosophies and his discipline rules and stuff of that nature. So it was interesting to get to join him alongside and get to coach with him. The last 3 years or so, I've got to be the head coach myself. And I've enjoyed it. The varsity coaches, Coach Brian Kovalowski, Coach Bruce Bailey, Coach Nate Bailey, and Coach Ben Valasek. They're the varsity coaches, and they've done a great job of sort of letting me get to like do my own thing with the ninth graders and also prepare them for coming up to, the JV and varsity level. And the kids also. The kids are really well behaved. There's a couple issues here and there with just discipline and stuff, but they're really good for the most part, so I can't complain, and I have a great time doing it.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So how's your record going for this season?
So right now we're 6-7. The goal is always to go at least 500. We have a tournament in Burl this weekend, which I don't know when this will play, but we play at least 2 games. So hopefully we could make it to 8-7 is the goal, and then we'd get to play a championship game if we go 2-0. So we'll see. But right now we're 6-7.
That's good. My neighbor's actually on the 9th grade team, Evan Howman. So
Really,
he's
Evan?
been telling me
Yeah.
that he's like been having a good time
Yeah,
doing it.
he's a
and
big
stuff.
hockey guy, right?
Yeah,
big hockey
very
guy.
big hockey guy.
Yep. Yep,
But-
he's a good kid.
So tell me little bit. You played basketball when you were hurt, right?
Yep, I
So
did.
tell me a little bit like about that and how it connects to you being a coach now.
So, I was fortunate enough to have a very passionate basketball coach for 3 out of the 4 years I was here. Just like on a basketball level of basketball knowledge, basketball IQ, he was very, very passionate. He was very knowledgeable. So that was something that I sort of wanted to make sure that I was very good about, and also being, I don't want to say a player's coach, but making sure I understand like my players' point of view from things, give my players the benefit of the doubt and coach them as hard as I can, with also giving them a little bit of range to try things on their own and learn from mistakes as well.
Yeah. And then, like, along with basketball, I know, like, you're not just involved just with the 9th grade boys team. Like, I'm the team manager for the girls team, and I
Yeah.
know you did the clock, like, last game. So
Yep.
what's that like getting to,
So
like, interact with all of it?
it's nice because especially for the girls team, I have a lot of girls in class right now. So it's nice because they talk about their games, like they talk about like their practices, their pre-games and stuff before the game. So it's nice that I have an excuse to sort of go watch them. That way, whenever they are talking, I can sort of chime in and say like, oh, like I noticed you guys did this, or I noticed the game went this way. So it's nice to get to be there, and because I'm always there for the boys' games, so it's nice to get to be there for the girls' games as well.
Yeah, that's really nice. And so in your connection to AHS, like, what do you think just draws you back to, like, be here, be subbing here, be a coach here?
Honestly, overall, like I'm very passionate about the community. Like, I've always wanted to give back to Ford City, Katanning, Armstrong. I just feel like the kids here deserve the best, and I feel like if I can sort of give back in any way, and give them half of the experience I had, then I feel like it's a job well done. And even with coaching, like I feel like as much knowledge as I can give to them, I will give to them. With teaching, I had a great time here as a student, so I want to make sure, if I have something that I can give back, I'm definitely going to do it.
Yeah.
And I'd love to get to do it here. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yep.
So, like, just to wrap things up, how do you feel, like, just about your future here and what you're going to do?
I'm excited. I'm very young. Like, I graduated 4 or 5 years ago. So I'm excited that I'm gaining the experience now, because I feel like from here it can only get better. So I thank you for having me.
Yes,
thank you
thank
guys
you.
for having me. And yeah, it was great.
Thank you, Mr. Price. That was our first episode of AHS Spotlight. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.